How's
Hey, what's going on, guys? Doing good. How you guys?
Oh, we're not too bad.
Good, thanks.
All right.
So, Rob, tonight you and I can sit back.
I'm glad to have my co-host back tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad to have my co-host back.
I'm glad to be back. So.
Oh yeah, I don't do very good on multitasking. That was a struggle.
Look, I watched your show last night. You did pretty good. So.
Yeah, I had a couple good mentors there. So you and Jay. So I had some pretty good guys to follow, and so did good. But yeah, everybody's wondering, what kind of ladies puts up with a couple of knuckleheads like us. So here you go.
Some of you people have seen Constance before, and I do put a segment in every show wanting to know what everybody's favorite cookie is, because most of the people know Constance loves to bake.
That's my side business. So yeah.
She's the bakery guru, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Rob tells me every time, Constance, she's a great baker. And
Yeah.
So, what was Rob's favorite cookie?
She's a good cook. She's a good cook.
Well, see, I
like sugar. I like sugar.
So we'll make a perfect pair. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fine.
And
Rob, if I'm
I do the Cajun cooking.
Oh.
Yeah, I do the Cajun cooking, but it's a little too hot for her. So.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Yeah, she's not a fan of spicy. So.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, we're both diabetic. We're both diabetic, so we can't get into
too much
the sweets,
right? I'm actually diabetic,
carbs, and all that.
Yeah. Definitely not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't eat anything you like. Don't eat anything that's your favorite.
Happy Valentine's
Day,
girls. You too, John.
Oh, Rick. Hey, how's it going, Rick? Appreciate you, Rick. Rick's always here. I'm going to have Rick as a standing host, I guess. Sometimes he's emergency host.
There we go.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, Rick is. I don't think he's missed a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but no, I don't think he has either. I think he's watched more shows than we have. I think.
You have to send him a badge. Don't they send you a badge?
Yeah, about one. Yeah, about one barely. Yeah. We'll give him that. We'll give him that one. But
yeah.
I said we're blessed, John. We got two lovely ladies by our side, and they're blessed to have two trophy husbands like us.
It's supposed to be a segue.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to say, yeah.
Nowadays, they give trophies to everybody, so I don't know if they should brag about that.
Participation.
Yeah.
Trophy.
And Robert Holler says,
I like to hear Rob talk about his expertise in fishing and the sport of it. It's always been his dream.
Yeah.
And so I like to support him and helping him to accomplish his goal and dreams.
That's huge.
Yeah. Even though I do fuss about the worms.
As long as you don't have to bait the hooks for him, it's fine.
Yeah. But I always say it's she's from cold country. I say she was my diamond from cold country, so that's how I always say.
Southeastern Kentucky.
Yeah. Beautiful part of Kentucky, though, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you got a beautiful lady from there, so it's got to be beautiful there.
Yep. But well, on subject, I'll tell you how we met. But how did you get two guys meet up?
Whose story do you want?
Do you want her story or the truth?
No, you want his story or the truth?
Whatever you choose, whichever.
Okay, so basically, I was looking for someone to work for me when I had my paper and marketing company. And a friend of ours via Facebook says, "Hey,
Yep.
I know someone who would be good for this, for your position that opened up." And she gave me her name, and we were messaging on Facebook. I'm like, okay, do you mind if we meet up and we could talk a little more about it? And so she's like, sure, come on out to my place of work, which I had a slight not wanting to do that, but she was losing her job anyway because
they're closing down all the stores. So.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, it's not going to really
Gotcha.
do anything. So we got together.
I wasn't going to meet some stranger out at the bar or something. So.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm in a bar, and I'm like, no.
Negative.
Negatory, good buddy.
So
Good.
went out and we spoke, and then she couldn't stay away from me.
There's the lie.
No,
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let that fly.
no. We hung out for a little bit and got together and
became really good friends, and then it just turned into more. And
Yep.
And we went through some rough times together, and that really kind of bonded us even further.
Yep.
Into it. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
and now
Awesome,
her rough
awesome.
time was just like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you made it through. You pulled it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I could skip over some. Yep.
Robert Holiday says Rob Welch is a heck of a stick and will definitely compete hard against each other. Looking forward to the 2024 season. His future is so bright.
That's my buddy Rock. I appreciate Rock. He's going to be a guest, I think, in April or May. Rock's one of my traveling partners. We're going to stay a couple times in Dale, so I look forward to that. But thanks, Rock. You the best, brother. But I guess our story is we met on Yahoo Personals. That's how long ago it's been.
Yeah.
And she was working for Knox County Schools in Kentucky, and I was working for Knox County Schools in Tennessee. Well, we just had Knox County in our profile. We thought we worked in the same system, but we found out, well, you're in Kentucky, I'm Tennessee. Yeah, but we wasn't that far away. It was maybe an hour and a half. So.
Yeah.
But it worked out, and I think we went to Applebee's in Corbin, and then went to movie and just hit it off. Here we are.
Oh.
Yeah, he checked all the marks. He didn't smoke. He
Nope.
didn't drink. We don't drink or smoke. He doesn't like pets in the house.
Nope.
And we're good friends. And when I met his family, it was like my family. So that made a strong connection for me. And
There makes a huge
I
difference
was-
with the family.
I was an educational consultant, and I'm retired now. And so I traveled a lot in the state and sometimes out of the state. And so I just had not really dated, but didn't really find anybody that really fit what I was looking for, because I like to make lists, as he says. And he hit all of the boxes on the list.
Hey, I passed the test. I passed one test.
Yeah, that's all right.
So,
It's the only test that matters.
Not too bad in 55 years.
that's right. That's right. Hey, I finally got it right. Took me that long. But it went good. And I was in Knoxville, and then I moved up, of course, Kentucky, and then I got a job here contracting with the Army base. So that was pretty cool. And this worked out. We got a great house where she wanted, great location. So we're blessed.
Yeah, we live in between Richmond, Kentucky, Central, and then Berea, Kentucky, which is the arts and crafts capital of Kentucky. And I love arts and crafts. And so I said, this is where we're going to go.
There you go.
And not far from Lake Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple smaller lakes here in town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Constance went and check on Xandra. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. She doing okay, huh?
yeah.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah, they've had some school closings here because of sickness and whatnot. So
Mhm.
the only sickness in this house is I think me. But we're getting through everything here, and
cool.
we're trying to keep our spirits high. And so
Yep, spring will be here before you know it. Spring will be here before you know it.
we're hoping so. I kind of wonder if it's here already in New York. 'Cause, like I
Yeah,
said,
when you
we
think
only-
that, when winter comes back.
yeah, we only have 1 inch of snow on the ground, which
Jeez.
hey, I'm good with. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's funny. Our last snow event, I think we had 3 to 4 inches, and my sons in Knoxville had like 6 to 10. So, go figure.
yeah, you guys can keep it.
No, we don't want it. You can have it back.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. But no, thank
Yeah.
You
So
have more of a longer season, don't you? Of the winter or snow, cold weather, where we have all 4 seasons. So
Yep.
we'll start experience the spring, which is a couple of months, which is great because it's not too cold, it's not too hot, but we get quite a few flooding incidents, and then we go into summer and fall. So we don't have the seasons of winter that you have. So
yeah,
Well, see, I was opposite in South Mississippi. We had just hot all year round, and we get maybe a cool month, and the rest of the season was hot and humid. So I'm thankful for changing seasons.
yes. I mean, we have 4 seasons, but the summer and winter are longer than the other 2.
mhm.
Like our winter can last May, sometimes April. It's usually done around March, middle of March, and that goes until May roughly, and then summer picks up around June. I mean, for me, temperature wise and stuff like that, and then our fall is anywhere from September to November.
Yeah, we're on fall up here. We got the colors real good. Especially we can go down to Tennessee and look at the Smokies and the colors. So kind of depends how the weather goes, how bright the colors are. It wasn't as bright last year, but because of drought. But usually I got some pretty bright yellows and oranges and reds, whatnot.
Nice, yeah, that's
So
beautiful.
it's all good.
We look, or if you travel up to Lake Champlain from my house, no matter which way you go, you got the beautiful colors. Even along the thruway, you'll get the colors. But I
always want to go to. Yeah, I always want to go to Poconos where they have the races. The Poconos up there looks really nice.
Yep, and they always have specials on there.
Don't remember that. Yeah. There's your boy Rick. That's funny. I get it. There he goes.
Yeah, and Rick says 68 years of New York weather. I don't miss it. Only miss the hunting and fishing. Well, what else is there?
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he transplanted to Florida.
Yep.
He gave
I don't blame
us,
him.
yeah, Rick gave us a name, or gave me a name of someone who is a potential guest in the future. So we'll go from there.
Yep.
So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know
I think we're booked to May, ain't we? We're pretty much booked through May, I think, right now.
we are.
That's amazing.
Well, the Wide Open Wednesdays booked through May. I booked one, I think, today in June.
Wow.
I think the women's and fishing on Mondays is booked through March. And I think the Columbus Corner is booked through March. I can't remember.
Yep. No, that's good, man. We've had some great ones, that's for sure, man. It's been every week, man. It gets better and better. So we got a bunch coming up for sure. So y'all stay tuned.
Yes. So Dina, what do you do when Rob's gone? I mean, do you outside of celebrating?
Yeah, well, I didn't get married until later in life, so I'm very independent, and so
Okay.
I collect white oak baskets, and I'll go out to antique places, or I go shopping, or I go to some local artisan places, and even though he does like some of that, it's just I feel okay. I don't feel that he's pressured to go with me, so I can get out and do that. I do laundry, clean. I'm a clean freak, so I like to clean quite a bit and organize.
You're welcome to come over whenever you want.
Well, that's what I was going to say. One of the things I noticed as a wife of a fisherman, there's a lot of lures and a lot of reels and rods, and I try my best to help him organize those things. So he knows what he has. And if I have a yard sale, he can contribute to some of that. But that's how he has to have his own space.
Yep.
And that's one of the things we made sure of. He has his space in the garage where he has his things organized, and then I have my areas that I can work with. And I try to get involved in some of the best tactics to use when he's going fishing. My work deals with continuous improvement in the schools. And so I try to talk with Rob about what's your goal this year as a fisherman?
Win.
Uh-huh. And so how did you do this year? What could you improve on? And I think that's important for any sport, whether it's football, baseball, whatever, basketball. And that's another thing. I'm a UK basketball fan. Rob's a UT basketball fan. So we have issues over that.
And we bet once in a while.
Yeah. He gets foot rub.
Speaking of that, Robert asked, "Did you get your foot rubbed?"
Yeah, so I got him some.
Oh,
No, not yet, but it's coming. And they got
on the weekend. I said, if you don't make an appointment with me and it doesn't get in, sorry, next week.
I may save that card for tournament season. I'm just thinking ahead. And plus, they play again March 3rd, I think, March 2nd or 3rd. So I'll have a chance for two.
And that's basically if they're playing each other.
Yep.
If Kentucky's playing Tennessee, that's when we do that. And so anyway, that's always fun. But, like I said earlier, I just try to support him in the cost and the time. Of course, we don't have any children that live with us, but he has his sons in Tennessee. So that we try to incorporate as well. And I just love when Rob tells this story about his grandfather and his love of fishing and how that he was going fishing with him is really what planted the seed of his love of fishing. Now, I grew up in the rural area of Kentucky, so I would fish with my brothers on the side of a creek and with a cane pole and worms. And so you had to be very quiet. You had to be very quiet in doing that. And so I just didn't feel like it was worth my time. So I needed to talk and be able to do other things. So, but anyway, I can appreciate it.
And the funny story, her two brothers, her older brothers, they go hunting together, and they're totally opposite. One's really quiet, one's just wide open.
Yeah. And
they went hunting one time, and they're in the woods, and the quiet one's sitting there in the tree stand all quiet, hunched over, and the other one's like eating candy bars. So, of course, the older brother's sitting there going crunch, crunch, rappers is going. He's like freaking out. It's like, come on, man. You scared everything off for 5 miles. So it cracks me up when they tell that story.
Oh my god!
But I think the profession of fishing has grown a lot since I was growing up, because I would hear of people that, out of high school, they were going to be fishermen, professional fishermen. And it was like, what? You're going to do what? Yep. And so now it's much more open and acceptable as a sport, which I think is really good. Whether it's part-time or full-time. I don't know how if you're full-time, how that you survive quite a bit.
It's work, a lot of work, it's more, John knows this, more marketing and sales. The further you go up, it's more about marketing and business and sales. So.
Yeah, and less of the sport.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So should we ask Constance the same question?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do you want to ask it, Rob, or that way I don't get beat up?
Yep. Yeah, your turn.
All right.
I thought,
what do you do when we're gone on our tournaments?
Usually I work.
Good answer.
Usually I'm at work, and then I have Xandra because she's now 6.
Yeah.
If I do get any time off between her and work, then I'm usually trying to take a nap or something. Probably clean the house. Not much really. My day to day doesn't change too drastically. Besides, I don't have somebody around me all the time and in my way in the kitchen and in the way
making mess for you to clean up. Making mess for you to clean up.
Can't be me.
Yeah.
What are you baking?
I'm going to say, yeah. What's on the stove?
Yeah. It's like, oh, do you need to get in that drawer? Yeah, I do. Can you move?
Oh, here's this jar I can't open. Can you open this jar?
Well, I have him a list of things to do when he comes back.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
We never hardly get into the list, but it's always there. He gets some of it done.
Well, you can't get it all done one day now. Come on. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Yeah, John likes that one.
I don't know if it was or not. I wasn't around back then.
I was born right after that, I think. It was like,
right after, yeah.
You're only a couple months older than me, though.
Yeah, we're close. We're close.
No, we weren't sure if we were actually going to have a show tonight, but then Constance said, I'll do it. I'm like, okay. So I asked Rob, and Rob says, yeah, let me check with Dina. And yeah. So here we are.
And here we are.
Yep. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And I think this is a good topic for, fishermen may not be interested in it, but the wives and the partners of fishermen may, that there's a group out there, support group.
Oh yeah, when I fished with Gerald Swindle, down in Toho, his wife, she launched a boat. Hey, girl works. She handles all his social medias and everything. So
is he a co-angler? Or
no, he's professional. He's big time.
I guess I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
That you can do that.
Yeah, she runs the business side.
Now I couldn't be driving the boat.
No, you could.
Bad connection.
Oh.
Yeah, there it goes. There it
goes. Richard Hyde says, happy Valentine's, folks.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's to you and your beautiful bride, Papa D. I've known him for several years.
Okay.
He tunes in almost every week.
Nice.
Yep.
Jan Hallman, Rob, nice to see you. Nice to see the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed together at Dale Hollow a few times. We'll stay in March. We got a couple of Airbnbs we're going to split. And Jen, her husband, just super nice folks. Enjoy staying with them. Always a good time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, I'm reading that comment. She didn't say nice to see you, Rob.
Well, she hasn't seen her because she's always at home. So, but we did actually. We had a tournament at Center Hill last year. We shared an Airbnb, and it was pretty nice. It was kind of a getaway. It was a new lake for me, and it went really well. So that's the first time she's kind of got out with me, and
because I was retired and I was able to.
Yep.
Whereas before, I would just be traveling, going here and there and preparing for different things. So I'm just taking some time off right now and looking for something part-time, maybe down the road, but we don't have to have it right now. And so I'm just resting.
But there could be a job opening soon at the Cajun Rob Outdoors show. Just saying. Possibly.
Tackle organization.
Well, that's
Yeah. No, she could do that.
Rick Amato used to work part-time with Dick Hyde at Gander Mountain.
Oh, cool. That's a name I hadn't heard in a long time.
Gander?
That's good story.
They used to be better than Dick's.
I was going to ask,
Oh, yeah.
Is there any around us still?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, they all sold out or something, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they really? That was such a nice
Yep.
store.
The one
Yeah,
up
it
there
was.
is now an RV store.
Oh, yeah, the I think it's Motor RV or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, one in Knoxville. I can't remember what it changed to, but yeah, it was one in Knoxville.
Hmm.
Cajun,
That's too bad.
Cajun Rob's Outdoor Warehouse.
Yeah, that could be.
No, Constance came home tonight, and I said to her, I go, Rob and I have been talking, and we maybe.
And she says, "Oh, that's dangerous."
Yeah.
I was like, about what?
I said, we may be scheming about fishing a tournament next year together. So.
There's been some discussions.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
And nothing's ever set in stone, especially since the
Nope.
tournament schedules aren't out.
Mm-hmm.
But I did mention somebody's favorite state of Virginia, so I did put those 2 cents in.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. And I did say something about Constance found a donut place in Virginia as well.
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah.
place was. I don't remember the name of it, but I know where it is, kind of.
Yep.
Like where we're staying, I know how to get there. Those
Oh,
donuts
that's
are
all
like
it
huge. Oh my gosh.
Apple
Dang.
fritter was about the size of the box.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the apple fritter was like seriously like bigger than your head. I was like, well, we
Dang.
got to get one of those. We had so many donuts. I think we threw like half out because they were so huge. I was like, I don't know what we were thinking. They all look so good,
Well,
you know. You
yes.
make fun of everything, and
We got
yeah,
we got
exactly.
married in Virginia at
Charles.
Charles City, just down from Richmond, at a plantation house, and it was a small one. And but I love that area. I have been to the University of Virginia for some studies that I did there, and we've been to the southern part. We like Civil War sites and history. Richmond, where we live, there's the Battle of Richmond, so it's ingrained in us, I guess, where we live, and so that's why I don't know. I just feel a connection to Virginia, even though my maiden name is Cole, and they come from North Carolina. Most of the Coles in my family,
Oh, okay. Oh.
and that's another place.
Yeah, I've been there. That's a beautiful area up there.
We like Asheville.
Yep.
It's close to Buncombe County, where we're from.
The professional baker shows up.
There's a
You guys give him such a hard time. Poor Jeremy.
He likes the new look with the ladies. It's about time you guys gained some class.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying.
Yes, Virginia is a very pretty area. Yeah, absolutely.
He is.
Yeah,
He is from
he
Virginia.
should know. Yeah, he should know.
Yeah. Did I first meet him there and
Yes.
then in Syracuse?
Yep.
Because you sure?
Yes.
James River, wasn't it?
Yep. We met at the James River tournament. We actually drove
Yeah.
almost all the way to the south end by the
Wow.
Chick River or stretch of it. And because him and Scott, Noel, and a couple other guys
Yep.
were RVing.
Oh, I had to
Yep.
drop off Dutch cocoa cookies.
Yep.
That's
We
what it was.
went down there and met them and dropped off some cookies. And
As I was chasing Xandra around. That was at least 2 years ago.
I think it was more like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna make it and something come up at work or something. I can't remember. I was going to and something come up, but I wish I could have.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when we met, well, I think it was Jeremy that invited me out.
Yep.
To your guys' place.
Yep.
Yeah,
We-
John didn't invite me out. Jeremy did. He's like, "Let me cook you some dinner." I was like, "All right." So I made.
Oh,
Thank you.
Jeremy does a great.
that's because you had treats. I know.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well, I sent John up
Oh, yeah.
with like, I don't know, 2 or 3 dozen of every single kind of cookies
Yeah,
that I made.
I brought up like 6 to 8 dozen.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of guys in the house.
Wow.
You gotta have your snacks for your
Yeah.
boners. Well, there was.
There was 5 of us.
You don't think that's a lot of guys?
No,
One's more than enough. Didn't get 5 boners together. My God.
no, I think we had 8
keep
people.
that in. Yeah.
And then and so for the dinner, then I brought up 2 apple pies, and then I did cinnamon rolls for the next day, which like nobody touched. I'm like, well, I'm stealing one. I don't care.
And Jeremy says he washes dishes too. Now, we joke about him not
There you go.
bake very well, only because he ruined one of the pies.
Oh yeah,
He Cajun styled it.
No, he blackened. He blackened.
Yeah, a blackened pie. Blackened things are very like popular. Like the blackened chicken, and so he was just trying to catch the wave there of popular things.
But he can cook on top of the stove.
Oh, you mean yeah.
Yeah, the story is he put a pie in the oven and put it on broil.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
to like heat it up.
Yes.
So it was like warm apple pie. And
He left it in a little too long.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're out there having dinner and somebody says they smell something, and next thing you know, Scott Noel, he's
And that was the night that I wasn't there. It was I was already gone. Yeah. Brown, you're exaggerating.
Can you confirm or deny that,
Very
John?
crisply tanned.
it was like our background.
No, it wasn't.
I've heard it.
Jeremy says it was brown. We're exaggerating, but no, it was. Actually, I think we had more conversation about the pie up there than we have on our show, and we pretty much mention that almost every week.
Not only did Jeremy broil the pie, you guys broiled him. Like it was like nonstop for like 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh. And Jeremy's like, she probably beats me. I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. It's out of my hands at that point. I just gave you the pie. I didn't do nothing after that.
Hey, it's on him because he missed out on some good pie, so it's on him.
Right.
But no, the pie got eaten.
Yeah.
We scraped off the brown sections.
Oh my gosh.
No.
So I know. Like,
Oh, that's
I
funny
know,
right there.
I told him, like,
Well,
you gotta
fishermen,
wipe it up. Stop the broiling.
Hey, it's all in good love, Jeremy.
Yep.
when I talk with Rob on a fishing trip, I'll say, well, what'd you eat? I didn't feel like eating. I'm just going to go rest. So I assume that the more sweets, it gives you that energy, that quick energy. And I'm just wondering, on the tournaments, are you nervous that you don't eat a lot?
Yeah.
Or
Well, you're so focused. I'll eat some beef jerky or some like peanut butter crackers, but I've done better. I'll try to stop and eat and drink. So I've done a little better. But used to, I wouldn't stop, not eat nothing. So I've done a little better.
Yeah.
and then complain, then wonder why you had a headache.
Yeah.
I heard he takes like a gourmet picnic. I heard he takes a gourmet picnic out with him anymore. That's the word I hear, so I don't know.
So usually when I bring or go to a tournament, like on the boat, I'll have 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, a dozen cookies, a couple sliced up pickles, pepperoni, cheese.
No bananas.
No, and a couple
No, that's bad luck. That's bad luck.
That's right.
and a couple granola bars.
Uh-huh.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Not for 8 hours on a boat.
But I do the same thing that Dina does. I ask you, what did you eat? And he's like, oh, I didn't eat. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You're going to pass out. My God. I'm like, okay, then how much water did you drink? Like I'm talking to my daughter. I forgot.
It does fly by when you're on the boat, though. It does. Time goes like, shoot.
Oh, listen, I fully understand that. Anything that I get into, like I'll heat myself up a cup of coffee while I'm baking and like, oh, I'll sip it the whole time. No, I end up with ice cold coffee because I forgot because I'm now 3 dozen in and it's been an hour and a half or whatever. I totally get it. I totally understand that. But the other thing is sunscreen. I always yell at him about sunscreen because he's so
Yeah.
skin. Yeah. I'm like, I'll tell him to do like a video call. And I'm like, oh, I forgot your sunscreen today, huh? No, I put it on. I swear. Oh, okay.
I did. I put it on before I left the room.
Yeah.
I think that was one thing when we first got married. I thought, I don't know what support I can give you, what I can do to support you when you go on the tournaments. Is it to help you pack? You know what you need to take, but as far as that, and if I go with him, which has been that 1 or 2 times, and then he still does the same stuff. He'll wake up early and pack his fishing materials, and then probably not eat a lot because he's nervous or he's thinking about the term. So I think that's something that maybe you fishermen need to be more open about. What support do you need? Sounds like Constance, though, is really taking care of you and sending a basket of those items.
Yeah, but we got to carry it. Don't get too
I'll
carried
just put
away.
it in a Walmart bag and give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's all he gets is a Walmart bag. I don't go that far. I always make sure that he has plenty of he usually packs his own food. I just do the cookies. I'm like, what do you want for cookies? And I always tell him to bring chocolate chip because usually he brings home money when he does the chocolate chip, but he doesn't like to do that.
No, I like bringing home the money. I don't necessarily like the chocolate because the chocolate's melting all over.
Yeah.
Well, Sharon would say that's the best part. Is put them out in the sun, let them heat up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, guys, I know you put them on the dash. You put them on the dash and let them warm up. So.
Yeah, that's what Sharon does. He says that when he's practicing or whatever, he's like, oh yeah, I put them right on my dash because he likes peanut butter with chocolate chips in them. So I make those special for him if I know he's going to be at a tournament. And he's like, yep, put them right up there. And then after my practice, eat them up, all nice and warm.
I thought he was going to make me sleep in the truck or one tournament because he couldn't find his cookies. He thought I lost them off the back of the boat.
Oh.
And because he usually takes out a couple of them and puts them on his dash for when he gets done. Well, he didn't. We put them all in the boat.
Oh.
Oops.
So catfish is eaten.
Yep.
I think Dina's right though. I feel like that's a good point of how to support your fisherman or fisher lady. Is ask them. Obviously, like I'm a big person to say you got to communicate with me. I can't fix a problem if I don't know there is one, and I don't care what type of relationship, whether it be a husband, wife, siblings, work, friendship, whatever. If you don't have open lines of communication, then things get askewed and misunderstood and things like that. So I think that is really a really great point
Yes.
to bring up, that just, communicate with them. And sometimes you got to pry out of them what they want or need. Bro, you don't give me that look. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh, okay. So one thing I don't like, because I want to resolve it right then and there, and he's one of those to, like, I mean, I'll cool off some first if I'm really frustrated or whatever, but like he will storm off and wait like 3 days to talk about it. So I'm like, no, we got to resolve it right now with the issue, so. But
My boater sucked.
But as long as you know that of the other person, then you can kind of correlate. But I think also it wouldn't be bad for like co-anglers and boaters, to, hey, did you eat anything? How you feeling? Make sure you're hydrated. I mean, I know it kind of sounds mother hennish, but really, I mean, if, you guys being co-anglers, I'm sure, that's your safe ride out and your safe ride in. And you kind of want to take care of them, as they would make sure for your safety too. So, I mean,
I do got a story. I do got a story on that, by the way. Last fall, I was at the BFL Regional in Eufaula. Never been to Eufaula Lake. It's in Alabama, Georgia. So day 2, I got a young guy, good kid. He kept calling me sir. I was like, man, you don't have to call me sir. I'm not that old. So, and I fished with his travel partner, day 1, and great guys. And so we get to the far end of the South Lake, all the way to the dam, and we're fishing, and he catches a nice one. I mean, good fish, like 4 pounds, over 4 pounds. And I got to look, and I was like, hey, is your boat always like sit that low? And he's like, no. Open the rear lid, and the water's up to the top of the batteries. John knows what I'm talking about. So of course, he turns the bilge on, which pumps the water out. It don't work. Nothing. So he figures out, he takes the wires off and actually hot wires it to the battery, literally, and it starts working. I was like, okay, we're in business. Go to the next stop, quit working again. So only thing he's got in the boat is one of these, John knows, like the dock bumpers, the big round football looking thing, cuts it in half, and me and him's like bilging. Every time we stop, we're bilging out. And it's funny, we was going to dock, and I said, hey man, as soon as you hit the dock, I'm going to run out, run fast as I can, get 2 weigh-in bags, both had fish, and I'm going to run back. So we did that, weighed in our fish, run to the boat, and literally water was up to like the bottom of the console. Luckily, the boat ramp was just around the corner. So we get the boat on the trailer, and literally he took the plug out, and it drained out for like an hour. We sat around, talked to his buddies, and so it was a fun day, though. I still had fun. It was a little interesting, but
yeah.
And of course, the day before, I was with his buddy, and we was running down the lake, and that's when my PFD exploded on me. It went pop, and I'm like, and my boater said, "You okay?" I'm like, "Go, I'm all right." And so by the time we hit a rogue wave, and the boat goes like this, and I hit the gunnel on my side and bruised my ribs. I didn't know it at the time, but I was hurting. And that second day I was hurting, but I had such a good day and had fun with that young guy that I didn't pay much attention until I got to the camper, and I was hurting. Thank goodness for Tylenol.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I had too good. And actually, when the boat went up like that and I bruised my ribs, the guy actually grabbed my arm and pulled me back. Yeah, I might have went over, but he grabbed me. So everything is good. It happens.
Yeah. We don't talk about stories like that. It might make
sort of a good ending. Wasn't hurt too bad, but and then talk about eating. I notice, like, if I lose a fish or break something off and I get kind of aggravated and mad, now I'll kind of sit down and I'll drink and eat and kind of cool down and say, okay, back to fishing. So, so I've learned to do that trick on myself, and it seems to help me. So.
Yeah, we all have to find our ways to cope with things.
Mm-hmm.
I put myself in timeout.
2-minute penalty.
Right? That's right.
Before I throw my rod in the water or kick a tackle box in the water or something drastic. So.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any?
I've matured from that.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, is there any like theater movies over the years of this profession, where it focuses in like not a documentary, but like a story line
Mhm.
with fishermen. Like you got the football movies where you've got the hero or whatever.
Mhm.
There you go. It's wide open.
They had a couple little mini documentaries, I think. That's as far as I know.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more like a comedy, like that one
probably
Kingpin or
Like
whatever.
the Bill Dance bloopers. I think that went pretty good. Bill Dance bloopers went pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Every time he hits that trailer, it just kills me.
Mm. Oh my gosh.
But, yeah.
It makes me hurt.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You hear people walk about stories walking down the dock and they're wearing flip flops and their flip flop gets caught on a nail or something like that, and next thing you know they're flying all over and throwing tackle. And
well, Dale Hollow, there's a long walkway and it's wood. Sometimes in the morning it'd be like all frost on it, so you're like trying not to do the splits and trying not to slide in the water. It's a little hectic.
Figure out some new dance moves.
We're
Now it's dancing.
I did a BASS Open up on Thousand Islands once, and end of the day, you know how you get in, the co-angler goes and gets the bags and stuff like that.
Yep.
Well, they had the boat tied up. The co-angler stepped to get on the dock, and the wave hit and moved the boat away from the dock, and he went in the water.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's not good.
No one got seriously hurt, and it was the end of the day, so he didn't have to worry about going out fishing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And another funny story at Dale, one time it was pitch black early in the morning, like 4 a.m. My boater gets there early, and I parked the boat. Of course, I'm about half asleep. And so I go bebopping down the walkway. I jump in this boat, and this guy looks at me real funny. He says, "I think you're in the wrong boat." I jumped in the wrong boat. He looked at me and like, yeah, he laughed about it. He's like, "I think you're in the wrong boat." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I am. I'm sorry. But he laughed about it. He was a good sport about it. My boater, of course, he watched me. He laughed about it. So it's all good.
I think the worst I had done was, you're as a co-angler, you're sitting out there, and my boater would didn't want me to drive his truck or anything like that. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So he goes, will you stay with the boat? Sure. So he drops me off, and here comes Matt Becker. And I think this is on Champlain. He's like, "Hey, can you run me out to my boat?" Sure. So I'm stepping on the trolling motor pedal, and nothing's good doing. Matt Becker reaches down, turns the power on.
Oops. That's minor.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If you fish long enough,
I do got the. I did have the one kid on Cumberland one time. It's been a long time ago, maybe 2017 or 18. We was on Cumberland and it rained the night before, and he's at a hotel, so he left his boat plug out. So I launch him out, and he picks me up. We're out there, and his bilge is just going crazy. It's shooting water out, and he's like, "Oh man, I left the plug out." And I'm like, "Man, don't sweat it. Just people till backing in." I said, "Just borrow somebody's trailer and plug it in. No big deal." He's like, "No, I got this." And granted, it's 40 degrees. It's cold. He says, "No, I got this." So the kid strips down to his skivvies and says, "Grab my ankles." And I'm like, "This is not going to be good." And luckily he was about 130 pounds. So I got him by the ankles. His feet's here. I got him by the ankles, and he's like, when I can't pull me up, I'm like, "Oh God." So he gets it in there, and he's like scuba diving, putting the plug in. So I pull him up, and I said, it's his boat, his choice. But he was scuba diving, and I was holding him.
He was positive though. I got this. He was going for it.
He done it before, but I was trying to give him easy way. Hey, just borrow somebody's trailer. They don't care. No, I got this. Okay.
Last year a couple of years ago, I was fishing a Toyota event up on the Lake Champlain, and my boater and I, we launch, we're getting ready, and he puts it in reverse, and the boat's really not going anywhere. And he gets on a trolling motor. Motor's out a little bit, and he says, "Okay, let's," because we didn't launch at the where they were weighing or taking off. So he's like, "Man, I can't get this to go." I'm like, "What?" And he reaches down. He didn't take his motor toter off.
Oh no!
And basically, it's a
that holds the motor up from.
Yeah, it holds the motor still. So when you're traveling with it, it doesn't bounce and
it doesn't
turn.
jostle around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So he's like, "Well, we got plenty of time." So he went, and I went and got the truck, and we pulled the boat out and got it. And he's like, "It'll run a little better now."
Yeah, I'd say. Gosh. Well, it's like on, I think it was Cherokee or Douglas. It was a long time ago. My best friends, he's lived there his whole life. And the week before, he was practicing Lynn, and he messed up his prop. Anyway, his buddy wasn't fishing. He said, "Hey, we can just use my prop. I got a Mercury." So, like the night before, they put the prop on, spin it. Oh, yeah, everything's perfect. So we go out there at launch. We're like boat 7. Same thing. Hits the throttle, nothing. Motor revs up, and the boat just sits there. I'm like, and so we tell terminal director, "Hey, we're going over here." So I'm running, get the truck, back it down, and spin it. And like, what the heck? So it was actually a marine dealer that had determined his dealership was maybe 10 miles away. So we go up there, and what happened is he had a small shaft motor, and this was for a big shaft motor. So it just spun. So we got changed out anyway. We lost half a day, but it didn't. It's funny. He says, "Well, we still got half a day. Let's go fun fish." I'm like, "I'm down."
Yeah.
And the funny part is there's a little cove close to the launch, and this old guy he knows comes out of there, and I guess they know each other, so they started talking smack, which is always funny. And the old man says, "Don't even go back there. I've caught all the fish. There ain't nothing left." And Lynn says, so I throw my little crankbait, my little wee bait, and I catch like a keeper smallie, maybe like 4-pounder smallie, and he says, "Give me that fish." Just looks at me seriously. "Give me that fish." He holds it up at the front of the boat, says, "Hey, you missed one." That was the greatest thing, man. I laughed. I still laugh about that. But the old man just spun off. He just spun off. So it was funny. So even on the bad days, you can have a good moment.
Exactly. And
but you just keep grinding. Nose and grindstone.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, it's.
And get their stories and things like that. So.
Well, I think out of like other sports too, I feel like the fishing circuit, I don't know what you'd really call it per se, but like I feel like everybody's just good people, like and their families too. Just everybody's very supportive, and I mean the trash talk fine, but not like really like mean and downright dirty, aggressive stuff that they're not trying to really get at you. They're just trying to jab, and have fun. But I feel like out of all the other sports and stuff like that, you hear people talking bad about others, and fishing, you really don't see that. I mean, I know you don't see it that much. It is definitely more popular, like Dina was saying, than it used to be. But I mean, just being there at some of the tournaments and stuff like that, it's so nice to see. I mean, everybody's saying hello to each other. I mean, they're just dropping him off. They would say hi, and I think there was one place it might have been Lake Champlain.
Yep.
I dropped you off so early, and I was hanging out with him waiting for this boater. And like all these guys, I'm like, y'all just like forgot your coffee or something, because they were all grumpy, and I was just like, geez, like I want to be something, but I mean, it was god awful hour of the morning. So, but I'd be like, oh, hello, good morning. They're just like, okay, like, and you are, but I mean, in the afternoon they're usually more lively. But But yeah, exactly. Like
Yep.
like Rick just
Yeah.
said, our type of fishing is a brotherhood. That's the perfect
Yep.
way to describe it. Really, I mean, it for me. I compare it to my jewelry business. It's and all these women just, and there's guys that sell it too, but we support each other. There's no drama. There's no cat fighting or anything like that. It's just like, oh my gosh, you got that in sales? That's amazing. I only got this, but next time I'll try to reach your goal. And they're not like, well, yeah, I got more than you. So it's like a sisterhood. So yeah, exactly, a brotherhood. So I always say like empowering women. So it's just, and I feel like that's so good because you never know who your next boater is going to be. So you don't want to fight the hand that feeds you type kind of thing. So
Right.
I think it's phenomenal. I think more places of business and more sporting things should be like that. But
Yeah. Well, in every tournament, I know John can attest to this. Every tournament we do Pledge of Allegiance, flags up, and do a prayer. Every tournament, every time I've been to one. And then I've seen, I think it was FLW Open on Norris one time, and I was with a young kid, and he had an old boat, had trouble, and then like the pros was like at the hotel the night before helping him try to get it fixed and figured out. I mean, these guys was like, top pros, and they was helping this kid out. Didn't have to, didn't get paid nothing. Nobody knew, but they helped him out.
Because they were probably in that place at one point too. Wasn't there a professional company? He's like, I slept in my truck, never had money for hotel rooms and stuff like that. And
there's a lot of them that started that way because they didn't have the money.
Yeah. It's hard to have that kind of money.
Yeah.
Especially if you go pro, like you're saying, like if you're not marketing yourself, I mean, that's how you're paying for all that. You got to win all the tournaments, I mean,
you're not going to make it on just winnings. That's for sure.
Right. Exactly.
Not unless you're the 1%er.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Constance was saying, as far as friendship and stuff like that and brotherhood, which Rick mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it here about my boat accident.
Yep.
My boater and I, we didn't like each other until we fished that tournament together. We fished that tournament. We got, and now. Then
you got to know
each other.
Yeah, because we didn't really know each other before. Right. Just guys didn't care for each other.
Yep.
Without knowing.
Well, they didn't know each other either, probably too.
Correct.
A little bit of it.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're good friends. We talk maybe a couple times a week or whatever, and we've been out fishing, and we're going to fish at least one tournament next year together.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that also says don't talk bad about the people who are fishing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny. I fish a mini now, and I'll have guys, hey Rob, how's it going? And they'll go, greet me and small talk, and they'll go by, and I'm like, who was that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I can recognize their face, but I just like, what's that dude's name? And then like at 1:00 in the morning, I'll say, I knew that dude. And they come up with his name. And
yeah. Like, I know that face. Who was that? It always hits
that dude. I can't remember.
So.
And it's funny. I don't know if John's had experience, but it seems like the days where I zero or struggle, I learn more those days than do when I have success. Seems like.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Maybe stuff not to do, or but it seems like I learn more when I struggle.
Continuous improvement.
Yeah, getting better.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly getting better. I got lucky and cast a few checks last year.
I wonder when I hear about you telling your stories, how much of a fisherman is it the love of it and the passion for fishing versus the skill? You've got the skills. And, I think about how in high schools now they do here in Kentucky where they put it in as I don't know if it's a club or sport.
Yeah.
And so they're getting those skills at younger age. They didn't have that when I was in high school. Did you have that?
No.
John, did you have any of that
in
high school?
We could have never dreamed of that.
Right? Oh my gosh.
And I think that's good for those kids that just have that passion.
Mhm.
Yeah. And a lot of young ladies. I see more young ladies coming in through the high school ranks, and that's a good thing. College ranks. So seeing more of them getting involved, which is good.
Right, because now it's more accessible. Like I used to only fish with my grandpa. Like my dad fished too, and it's his dad. That's my grandpa. That I used to go out on the boat with him all the time. My twin sister Candace used to hunt more than fish, and I would fish more than hunt. And like my grandpa and I would be out there, and and really that was my only access to fishing. I don't think if I had my father or his father, my grandfather, if I didn't have them, I would know nothing of fishing or hunting at all. But making it more bigger opportunity at schools and stuff like that, maybe someone would be like, "Oh, I'll try it out for the year. What can it hurt?" And then maybe get hooked. Well, no pun intended. But I mean, like if they had that in high school when I was in high school, I probably I would have signed up and everything. Because I just enjoyed it just as a pastime, just hanging out with my grandpa, really. And we'd always go out to breakfast afterwards. So yeah.
Yep.
That's where it is.
Listen, if there's food or coffee involved, I'm there. So, yeah,
that's for sure.
Oh, all right. Well, holy, we surpassed the hour mark, Rob.
Well, we got such good company to talk to.
Hey, we is on roll. We got rolling.
Oh,
but a good talk. A good talk.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Same here. Same here. We'll have to do this again.
Did we find out the answer?
Yeah, definitely.
Cookie?
No.
Oh. So, what's your favorite cookie?
Mine, chocolate chip, probably.
Chocolate chip.
Can't go wrong.
Classic. Nothing
Yes,
wrong
the
with
classic.
Yeah.
Nothing
We'll
wrong
have
with
to after our season, John. We'll have to do a recap and have the ladies back on after season and
See if our stories change.
say what went good and what went bad.
You boys have to have your list.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. How much joy they have while they're gone.
Yeah. And even better, have next year's tournament schedules come out. We'll have to pick one out that we all can make it. That'd be cool.
Oh, I think it was good spending some
awesome.
Valentine's Day time with each other, just talking about something that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day is all about love.
Yep.
And and getting to know you all and some of your fellow friends.
Yep.
So thanks for the invite.
It was a
You're
pleasure
good.
having you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do it
All
again.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to get ready here to end this show. Thank you for tuning in on us, or with us, I should say. Special Valentine's Day gift. You guys got to see our two lovely brides.
I said two beautiful ladies and with it's got trophy husbands. That's all I'll say. In closing.
Is it trophy or
No
food
comment.
bride? I'm not sure which is which. So,
Depends what day.
Oh my God.
all right, guys. Well,
John,
you guys
glad-
take care. Thank you
Glad
very
you're
much.
feeling better, John.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank
You
you,
guys
guys.
take care.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for everybody tuning in. All right.
All right,
See ya.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Have a good day.